Hi Stitchy friends, it's Jackie with Cross My Stitches, and I thought I would do a stitch along today and talk about full-time RVing and work camping. So I know I have some people interested in hearing more about that, and instead of me just jammering on a video and looking at you, I figured I could work on my Cardinal Points by Long Dog Sampler and talk to you about work camping as well. So we'll see if this works or not. I'm not sure. Trying to get a good camera view and getting the phone not to shut off in the middle of it is the trick, so we'll see. So hubby and I have been work camping or full-time RVing since March of this year. This all started pretty much when we met. We'll be married this October for 5 years. And when we first got together, we had talked about traveling and seeing this great country and being able to experience it all. And we were looking at possibly getting an RV, a motorhome. And when we retire, we were going to travel around and visit different parts of this country. As we talked about it more and started reviewing RVs and looking for potential what we could afford, because we couldn't afford no multi-million-dollar RV, and we kind of had an idea. We looked at different things at motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, and when we started doing this, which would have been October of 15, we knew that I had just purchased my husband a brand new Jeep. Now my husband's in his 50s and he's never had a brand new vehicle his entire life. And I was blown away when he had told me that when we first married. And because I've owned several new vehicles, I've owned at least 8 or 10 brand new vehicles in my life. The car that I had when we married was a brand new vehicle. It was a Chevy Camaro, a yellow, the Bumblebee as it was called. And I wanted him to have a brand new vehicle, to experience that, to be the only owner of a vehicle. So in October of 15, we purchased a 2015 Jeep Wrangler, because that was his dream vehicle. And so I digress here. Going back to that, we knew that we didn't want to trade our Jeep in or get rid of his Jeep. And so a motorhome was the logical choice, because we could pull the Jeep with the motorhome. If we decided to get a fifth wheel, we would have to get a dually truck, and we wouldn't be able to pull the Jeep. And then, of course, with the travel trailer, the Jeep isn't strong enough to pull a travel trailer. So we ended up deciding we would look for a motorhome, and we looked for over a year, still having the plan of, okay, so when we retire, we were in no rush because we knew we were going to be retiring for several years, and we would have to continue to work and stuff. But as time went on, we came to realize that we're getting older, and what happens if we can't do these things that we want to do when we're retired? So we decided we need to do something about it now. We need to make a decision on how we're going to make this happen in our lives. We had read many message boards and groups and people that did this and how they did it. And I'm like, if they can do it, we can do it too. So we started by first trying to get ourselves out of debt. So even before I met my husband, I was always making sure, trying to pay things off before they were due, because I wanted to be out of debt. The more money I had, the more things I could do. So even when I first purchased my car, I made my payments every 2 weeks. I got paid bi-weekly. The car payment got paid bi-weekly. And if you're smart and you do this, it really knocks down on the interest, and it knocks down on how many payments, how long you're going to pay, because you're paying every 2 weeks instead of once monthly. You end up making one more payment in a year than you normally would, but you're making them so early once you get rolling that it's a great deal of help. So one of the great things about it, and if you can add extra $10, $15, $20 extra to it, that's awesome too. but you can make your payments so you're so far ahead that if some emergency comes up and you need money, then you can not make your payments for a month or two. So, which makes it great. And I did do that once where I had something major happen with the house that I had, and so I didn't make my car payment for a couple months because I was 8 months ahead in car payments. And of course, by the time I finished paying off my car, I had paid off my car over a year earlier than the loan was due. So I encourage anybody who owns a vehicle, even a house, to make sure that you're making payments. Do it bi-monthly. Do your payments bi-monthly, and when you do that, you have to be able to. Sorry, I'm just making sure my camera's still running. You have to be ahead. So if your payments due March 1st, you make your March payment in full, and then 2 weeks later you start your partial payments. You do half a payment, and then 2 weeks later another half a payment. 2 weeks later another half a payment. And before you know it, it'll start dwindling down on the interest and your payments, and you'll see a big difference, and you'll pay your loans off quicker. But anyway, that's what we were doing. We had our bills. We figured out. We wrote everything down, what we owed. The smallest bill was the thing we tackled first. So if we had a credit card that was the lowest, we would take whatever we could afford to do and pay on that credit card. Everything else would get minimum payments, but the credit card would get the most. And then we rolled our money. So as soon as the credit card was paid off, then you rolled that into the next thing, and rolled it into the next thing. So in the next few years, we had paid off all our bills. We had all our debt paid down. I think when we ended up putting the house up for sale, we had about $3,000 left on his Jeep. My car was paid off. It had been paid off for quite some time. And we had the mortgage on the house, of course. And then we had a balance on the motorhome because we went out and we bought, within a year. It was October 15th, so it was probably, I think it was December of 16, we actually purchased this motorhome. So that's all we owed in debt when we did this. So when we sold the house, and it was really quick, it was within a month, 2 months, I think it was a month, maybe 6 weeks, we had a contract on the house. And we were ready to go. We had made plans to quit our jobs, and we both did. We both gave notice and quit our jobs, and made a plan on what we were going to do. We were already looking into work camping too. If you've never heard of work camping, look that up. WORKCAMPING, work camping. So thousands and thousands of people do this in this country, and it's not just people that have money. It's every walks of life do work camping. There are young couples out there doing work camping, where they travel with their young children in RVs and go around the country doing this. And work camping is basically temporary work. It is like working for a temp. There are websites available. There's a magazine available. In order to find work camping job, companies that hire temporarily, a lot of them are RV resorts and stuff. This is a cabin resort. Amazon, a lot of the amusement parks and stuff hire temporary work, and a lot of them pay you to come and work for them, and then will pay for your site. So those are the ones that we look for. We look for the job opportunities in the area we want to go. So we wanted to come out here to the Midwest, get away from the Florida heat, and we look for one that includes both, they pay for the site, so for your electricity, your water, all the things you need, and the site, plus they pay you an hourly wage. That's the ideal opportunity. So here, because we're debt-free, I don't have any payments. The only thing we have to make is we have car insurance payments and the motorhome insurance payments. And then we have just the normal. We have to eat, we need gas, those kind of things. So that's what we work for. So that way we don't have to take any money out of our savings to support ourselves while we're here. And it works out really great. Now, some companies or some state, federal parks and stuff like that, if it's not privately owned, most of the time you are working there just for your site. So we will not choose those particular places because we need the income to save our savings. So right now we're at a resort in western Minnesota. It is a cabin resort. I've talked about it before. And it is 12 cabins on a beautiful lake called West Lost Lake. It's outside of Underwood, Minnesota. And the couple that runs the resort, that owns the resort, Lonnie and Danielle, they are awesome. They've got, their kids are here. They live on the property all year round. And the kids are just awesome and fun to talk to and kid with and stuff. And so we're here from April 24th until September 15th. That's when our contract here is up, because it's a seasonal resort. It's only open during the summer and fall season before the snow comes. And so we do lots of different things on the property. So I work about 15 hours a week, 12 to 15 hours a week. Randy works a little bit more. He works outside mostly. So he's doing things like lawn maintenance, trimming, picking up the property, trash every day. So we have to pick up trash from the cabin. Sometimes I help him do the trash for the day. They do have a bait house here for the fishermen because we are on a huge lake. This is a large fishing community. So he has to clean the bait house and dispose of all the fish heads and all the things once they strip all their fish, because they can go in there and fillet their fish in the bait house. So he does that. Minor repairs, painting, taking care of the boats, so he has to gas up all the boats because we rent boats here, we rent canoes, and so he has to gas up the boats, he has to pull them out of the water, he has to launch them, put them in the water. He has, just every sort of thing you could kind of think of that would need to be done outside in order to run a resort. Me, on the other hand, most of the things I do are either with the kids, so I do the kids' activities. So I will do minnow races with the kids when they're here, which is lots of fun. We have some gutters that are capped off, fill them with water. We get minnows from the bait house, and then the kids have races and win prizes. And then another thing that I do is, like today is Wednesday, so we had Arts and Crafts Day, and I did painting with the kids. They had an awesome time. I will include some pictures at the end of this to show you guys what the resort looks like and the different parts of the resort. I took videos of some of the cabins, of the lake, of the kids and the crafts, and I'll include those at the end. I also help strip the cabins, so most of the time the cabins are rented week to week, so it's Saturday to Saturday. So guests come in at Saturday after 3 p.m. They leave the following Saturday before 10 a.m. And then we go in and, we go in and strip the cabins, take all the sheets and stuff, make sure nothing's left behind, get it ready for the cleaners. So they have a cleaning people that come in that they've hired from the neighboring town, and they come in and clean the cabin. Sometimes I clean a cabin, so if they're short-handed, then I will clean one of the cabins, and then I take care of all the laundry for all the sheets and stuff during Saturday and then during the week. So I'll finish up laundry and, washing blankets, quilts, bath mats, all those different things. So it's a lot of laundry, a lot of folding. So I take care of that as well. So it is, it's not a lot of work, but it's really, I love dealing with the kids and doing things with the kids. It's lots of fun. Like I said, Danielle and Lonnie's two smallest kids are just awesome. and they're lots of fun and will come and talk to us and hang with us for a little while and do things. So I do things with them, and I really overall I enjoy the time here. So glad to be away from Florida heat and stuff, and so that's what we do. And when we leave here in the middle of September, we will be taking what we consider a vacation from any kind of work or anything. We're going to go to Mount Rushmore for 2 weeks and visit all the different areas in Mount Rushmore. We will leave there and head for Yellowstone Park. We will spend a week in Yellowstone Park. From there, we'll be hitting Grand Teton National Park and then heading south. So we'll be going through Utah, probably hitting some of the national parks in Utah and into Arizona. We really would like to get back to Oatman, Arizona. When we were there a couple of years ago and we went to the Grand Canyon, we really loved Oatman, Arizona, because it is a very small mining town. And, it used to be a mining town years ago when the big gold rush in the 1800s. Oatman was a big gold mine community. And when the gold ran out and the miners left, they left all the donkeys and stuff. They just set them free in the mountains. So the donkeys still live in Oatman, Arizona, and they come down from the mountains every single day to visit the town, and they look for handouts. So they look to be fed and stuff like that. And it is the neatest thing to see them all come into the town and just walk up and down the streets, little babies. I mean, just absolutely adorable. If I can find some pictures, I'll post them at the end of this video from our last trip to Oatman, Arizona. And it was just so fun. My husband and I absolutely loved it. Loved it. They want to be petted. They want to be, they want attention. They want to be fed. And it's not just a couple, it's dozens and dozens of them. So it was lots of fun. And I look forward to going back there again. But where we'll go for the next job, we don't know yet. We're still looking. We belong to a website that connects work campers with jobs. So we're looking there and seeing if anything's available that we're interested in. We kind of want to go. We definitely want to go south because we don't want to be in the snow. This unit is not meant to be in the snow. It does get very nippy in here at night. When we first arrived in Minnesota, it was very cold. It was in the 30s, and the heat was running quite a bit. So we definitely want to go someplace where it's going to be warm in the winter. Don't want to go back to Florida. I don't think we ever want to go back to Florida. But we're going to look probably, and if it's not, it's still going to be Arizona or on the East Coast somewhere. So Georgia, Alabama, somewhere in there where, it gets cold, but it's not bitter cold. So hopefully we can find some work in those areas. I have a feeling that we'll end up eventually going back to Kentucky or to Tennessee and looking for a home. So I know Randy's been looking at houses all around those areas. He wants to be close to his family. His mother is elderly and not in the best of health, and I know that concerns him. And I understand, and I don't have a problem. I don't, wherever we live is fine. We'll figure it out. We'll definitely be buying another house to live in once we figure out where we want to be, and then go back into the working world, which personally I don't look forward to. The craziness of the business life I don't miss at all. So I don't know why I'm on doing that. I do pin stitching, so I don't know why I'm trying to flip this over. Habit, probably. So, anyway, that's what RVing is about. If you have questions or you want to know something, leave a message below. Just leave a comment. Let me know what it is. I'll certainly answer any questions you have in reference to this. We're glad we did it. Absolutely. We're not regretting any minute of this, and I don't know how long we will do it, but we will do it until we decide we don't want to do it anymore. And I'm not sure when that will be. Do I miss having a house? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I miss the space. I miss having a crafty area, someplace to put my crafts and stuff where I can reach all my stuff. I'm very confined as far as what I have in the RV, and of course every time you guys are showing your stitches or you're showing you know, what you're working on, and I know I have whatever it is, 9 times out of 10 it's not with me. So because I brought very limited things. So, and I feel kind of dumb because there were things that I brought with me that were series, and I didn't bring the whole series with me because I really didn't think I would have time to stitch the whole thing. I might have a chance to stitch some of it, but if it involved 3, 4, 5 booklets, I didn't bring them all. And I'm like, why did I do that? Why did I not bring, hold on just a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, yeah, I missed this right here. Why did I not bring the whole thing? I'm doing like the Prairie School of Santas. I own all the Santas, but I didn't bring all the Santas. Why did I not bring all the Santas? I wanted to stitch all the Santas. I only brought 5. And of course I bought one over at Stitchville, the new one. So now I got 6. Don't tangle on me, please. Oh, I think I got a tangle. So it's, hold on a minute, I gotta get this out. I somehow got a knot. I never get knots like this. Why did I get a knot now? There it goes. There it goes. Hold on, crisis averted. There we go. Crisis averted. Anyway, why did I not bring all of them? If I brought it in a little project bag, I could have stuck them all in the project bag, but I didn't. I only stuck 5 or 6 in the project bag. So just irritating little things. So I miss having a craft room and a place to, you know, a space of my own. And it makes it a lot harder for me to make project bags or do any kind of sewing or crafts while I'm in the RV. So I certainly miss a home and look forward to going back to it, but I don't regret doing this. I love being out and seeing things and experiencing new things and seeing all the creatures and animals that I normally wouldn't see living in Florida. So it's been lots of fun. And like I said, I suspect within the next year we're going to settle back down again because he's going to want to be close to his mom, and that's just fine. I'm fine with that. Whatever he wants to do, I'm fine with, as long as we're together. And of course my video cut out in the middle of my conversation, so back again, and still working on my Long Dog Sampler. And so that's what's going on with the RVing things. Had a great time at Stitchville on Monday. It was so great to meet Joan. She is just awesome. She is just awesome. She gave me a little accessory bag, which I love, and she helped me shop at Stitchville, which again, it was like having a personal shopper, which was awesome. And we did quite a bit of talking I'll talk about that on my regular video, and we did shoot a small segment together, so I'll be sharing that, and she shot one as well, so that will be fun. I do want to, no, I think I'm going to leave it alone for now, so never mind. So it was great. I picked up quite a few things at Stitchville. I spent way too much money, more than I had planned on spending. It is a wonderful store. It's not as big as I thought it would be, but it is definitely jam-packed with lots of goodies. And I don't know how many numerous times I had picked up certain things that I wanted and then had to reevaluate, put stuff back. So that happened several times where I was trying to evaluate what I wanted to get, what I could, didn't get, put things back, maybe I can get them, some other time, and just trying to not spend a bundle, which, like, again, I spent way more than I wanted to spend. But it's only once in a lifetime, right, to get to Stitchville. I probably will never go back there again. And so I definitely wanted to get some things to remind me of being there and spending time with Joan. One of the things I want to kick myself for is Joan happens to be working on, and we had talked about it there, One Nation. I think it's Bygone Stitches does One Nation, of the flag with all the states and the stripes. And I'm like, I have that pattern. Why did I not bring that pattern with me? That would be the perfect pattern to work on while I'm traveling around the country. And that I didn't bring that with me. I didn't think about it, and I put it in storage. So now I'm wishing I had that pattern, so that I could stitch on that as I'm traveling through the different states. So that kind of sucks. But definitely when I get settled back down and I can get back to my stuff, I definitely, when I go to stitch that, I'm going to remember and have all these memories of all the places that my husband and I have been and the fun that we had. So it definitely will be a memory thing, but it would have been more awesome to have it and be stitching on it while I was traveling. I will be doing, I also, and of course it's PDF, so it makes it a lot easier, have the national parks. I think it's Frosted Pumpkin Stitcheries National Park. And, well, I guess I ran out of room. That's why my video kept shutting off. Well, we're almost done anyway. So I'll start the Frosted Pumpkin Stitcheries National Park Centennial in September, and I guess that's it for now. I'm gonna shoot this, I'm gonna upload this video, and then I will do a regular video probably tomorrow or Friday, I'm not sure which. Share all the goodies that I purchased from Stitchville, USA, and hopefully have more progress on my cardinal points, and hopefully I answered some questions or some things about what you wanted to know about word camping. Again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Thank you to everybody who came to watch the video today and sit and stitch with me for a little bit. I greatly appreciate it. I do watch quite a few the Stitch With Me videos and like to listen to them as I'm stitching. So I hope you found this interesting. If you enjoyed this with me, please let me know that you would like to see more Stitch With Me videos, and we'll talk about different things. If you have any questions, post them below. I'll be glad to answer them. And just want to say thank you for coming back again and again and watching me and seeing what I'm up to. I don't have anyone around me that stitches, so it feels like I have stitchy friends near me when I hear from all of you and can interact, so it's really great. Thank you so much for stopping by, and hopefully I will see you next time. Bye! Okay, so we are in one of the cabins, and this is the living area. And they are small 2-bedroom cabins. And the dining room area. And as you walk past, I'm sorry that the windows, there we go, we can see a little better. Right, you have a kitchen, has everything you need, a microwave, refrigerator, range, oven, things like that. Really cute little, almost like a little apartment. Very nice. Extra closets to put things in. The bedrooms usually will have at least 2 beds, and the smaller ones there is a full or a queen bed and a twin bed to maximize on space. So if you're a couple of families, mom and dad and the kids can share rooms so that you have space for enough people. So normally this particular unit will sleep 6 in the bedrooms, and then the sofa is also a sleeper sofa. So there's enough room to have a few people. The bathroom, let me flip on the light. Whoops, wrong one. Here we go. So you got your bathroom, you got tubs, everything you need in there. I love that pretty blue, powdery blue look. And that is one of the cabins. So normally when it's time to flip out the cabins, that's usually on Saturdays when we're in the busy season. We strip down all the beds. We do have cleaners that come in. I help out if we're short on cleaners. And we prep the cabins for the next group coming in. So if we're stripping Saturday morning, guests are out by 10 a.m. The new guests come in at 3 p.m. So it's a quick flip to get the cabins completely cleaned and ready for the next group to come in and enjoy the lake. So it's Saturday morning, and today is flip day at the resort. Wanted to take you into one of the larger cabins. This is called a lodge. And of course it's not clean because we're in the middle of a flip. So every Saturday we have to flip all the cabins. And sorry, I'm out of breath. I just pulled the sheets off all this one. And because we have guests coming in. So guests leave Saturday morning, guests come in Saturday afternoon. So I'm going to walk you through real quick. You can see there's a living area. Look at that huge window out to a sunroom or a porch, and then bay windows again. And if we walk, sorry about the shakiness. This is set up like a lodge, or I don't know how to describe it. Every room, there's 4 bedrooms, and each bedroom has 3 beds, 3 twin beds. So this is great for get-togethers and stuff. So if you have a big, huge family and you want to get together somewhere, a couple of the beds here are still made, but you can see they're nice big rooms. They got a sink in the room, so if you have multiple people wanting to brush their teeth or whatever, you can do that. Huge living room. We got a fireplace. Big screen TV up there. We'll walk through the living room and have all the cushions flipped up because the cleaners, when they come in, they vacuum underneath all the cushions and stuff under the sofas. So we want to make sure that we flip them up so that they get them clean. This is the big porch. And I can tell you the first week that we had this one rented when we got here at the beginning of the season, it was a group of scrapbookers. So there's lots of tables, and there's more tables they can bring in. This is great for let me back up a little. You can see the lake out there. The windows are a little foggy. See, there's the lake. It's great for a get-together, or like I said, a family reunion. Lots of beds and stuff. So we'll walk along. This cabin has 3 bathrooms, 4 bedrooms. So we have a bathroom in here. It's just a half bath. Hi, guys. And each of the bedrooms is, sorry, I don't want to make you guys dizzy. Each of the bedrooms is exactly the same. 4 bedrooms. All 4 bedrooms have 3 beds and the sink in them, so it gives you extra place to clean up in the morning. All right, another bathroom. It's kind of dark, sorry. And then another bedroom. So I would show you this after it's clean, but that would be impossible because by the time the cleaners are done cleaning this, the people that have rented it have already arrived and they want in. So I hope you enjoy it, seeing what the inside of these cabins look like. And so this is one of the game rooms, and as you can see, there's all sorts of games for everyone to play. There's books. There's a table to set out your games. There's movies there in the corner that go to the video in the other game room. And there's also a refrigerator full of soda and water and candy and ice cream that you can get. So tons and tons of things for the kids to do here. Lots to do.